Afternoon, guys. A good away win at our local rivals Faversham, 2-1. How did you see the game unfold today, Corley?
I thought we was a little bit lethargic, if I'm honest with you. I thought they were a lot more aggressive than us early in the game. I thought we were, as I say, slow out the traps. We got a number of injuries that we had to shuffle the pack. We changed our shape after 5 minutes because they changed on what we was expecting them to do. And we took a little bit of time to adjust. And at half time was a little bit frustrated again. I didn't think we were great. We didn't give a real good account of ourselves early in the game. We looked a little bit tired, if I'm honest with you, and they were up for it, as you would expect, as every game has been recently since we've gone top of the league. So I thought they were better than us for large parts of, especially the first half. But second half, especially the last 25 minutes, we were really knocking on the door. And obviously, Mal made a huge difference coming off the bench. And again, we should have maybe scored 4 or 5 goals in the back end of that game. The final decision and the quality in the final third was not quite there. But the biggest positive today is we've found a way of winning again. We're nowhere near the capabilities of where we're going to be. And that's a real positive moving
Yeah,
forward.
Matt, got him, touched on it there. The resilience we've got in the group is first class. How many games this season and last season, this year, I was about to say, have we been able to do that? Just be resilient and get a win out of a game we didn't like winning.
Yeah, I think, like I say, credit, obviously, Mal we could only use for half an hour today, so I think it's important because some of the fans were sort of itching for him to be on the pitch, and obviously he's got a slight groin problem, so that's why he came off at the back end of the last game. He couldn't train Tuesday, so obviously we had to manage his minutes today, but he certainly made a difference. But I think the players off the bench have made a difference in terms of we're bringing on good players, like we spoke about previously. And then, yeah, look, we've got a core of a group that's been here for the last 2 years or the last 18 months under us. And they've built that togetherness and that resilience within that. And we've been through lots of different scenarios together in terms of all the cup competitions, semi-finals, finals, etc., etc. And that's where that's built from. And again, today, I mean, it's two different types of goals, but a great ball in the box for the winner for Splatty. Again, he was struggling with the flu today, but he's got through it. And I thought Isaac was absolutely outstanding today, as was Jaden. And I thought there were 2 or 3 performances that would stand out today. Obviously, Mal off the bench, but those 2 fullbacks today I thought were brilliant. And the manager mentioned that in the dressing room afterwards. But certainly, I think as a group, I think that's the continuity. I think we saw some stats come out early in the week about how many players teams have used, and we're pretty much there or thereabouts the team that's used the fewest players.
Yeah.
And that shows. I think that shows with that understanding of what we expect. And ultimately, I don't know how many was here, over 1,000 people again. And they once we gave them something to cheer about, all of a sudden the noise came up, and in every attack they're on their feet. And like I say, players like Mal bring that to the table, and credit goes to the players.
Yeah, Corey, we've had some injuries. How do you see that affecting the group going forward, and what do we need to do to get the consistency going?
Well, we've had to bring Ricardo off today with a knock. Daltz doesn't look great. Could be his medial ligament, which means it'll be weeks to months if it's a bad one. So that's not great news because I think he's been phenomenal recently. And we've got Jake McIntyre with a broken toe. So yeah, it's just lucky that we've got the strength in depth at the moment. As Matt said, we've made a number of changes, 4 changes today, and they've made a difference off the bench. And we're going to need that between now and the end of the season. And we're now going to need to get 1 or 2 bodies in for sure, because it's going to be a busy period. It's obviously a really important time. It's the crunch time of the year of where we are, and we're going to have to assess them injuries and freshen things up a little bit and get some new faces in. So we'll have to look at that early this week, which is not ideal. But again, the players have got to take the credit today. I think Isaac's gone from right wing back to centre midfield and then back to right back. So, he's done a brilliant job today. And every game, I think he's been better. I really do. I don't think he was completely match fit when he first came in. And I thought he was our best player by a million miles today. I thought he was really good. And the ball that he stood up for Splatty at the back post, and on top of the injuries, as Matt said, Splatty's unwell today. So we were kind of a little bit bare bones. And as I say, I'm pleased that we've found a way with a patched up team. Joe Healy going up front and then going back to centre midfield because of the injury. So we've been a little bit square pegs in round holes, but the players have done outstanding to like I say, to win that game. Where potentially, I think last season for sure we would have lost that game.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. I think it's the togetherness, the resilience, as you said. It's been a real good day at the office.
Yeah, done 3 points on the ball, Matt. So we concluded 2025 with quite an outstanding record of, as we just spoken about, but we've got a massive month coming up in January with some important league games and obviously a couple of cup fixtures coming up. How do you see that going forward?
Yeah, I think like Jamie says, we've got to get 1 or 2 in now. We obviously can't help the injuries. Obviously, Ricardo hopefully will only be a week or two. Maka the same. Obviously, we didn't have Jechi today either. He's away. We had tickets for the AFCON, so he's away in Marrakesh, watched the game. So he comes back, and obviously Dalt. So I think, yeah, we've got to look at doing our work now and trying to bring 1 or 2 players in. But we've got a big month. But as I said last week, this is where you want to be involved in the thick of it at this time. In fairness to the other teams that are in the chasing pack, no one's letting up. I know Bearsted obviously drew today, but Lartfield have won again. So we've got to be on our mettle week in, week out, because there's, like I say, there's some strong teams in this division, and there's a long way to go yet. So we've just got to keep going week by week. And again, we've got Sutton here on Saturday. If we can get this crowd out again, I mean, there's obviously got to be 1,100 people here today, same last week. If we can get the same again next Saturday, it does make a big difference, because I think they helped suck that ball in the goal today, and it's got us another 3 points. So, yeah, look, like I say, we're looking forward to this end of this part of the season now, because it's exciting for everybody involved. We just got to keep doing our jobs week on week as we are at the moment. But like I say, there's a long way to go yet. Yeah, looking forward to next Saturday.
Brilliant. Thanks for number 3 points today, guys. Happy New Year to you, and roll on next Saturday.
Cheers. Thank you.